Hello, I'm Norma Zimmer. Check your volume, kids. Oh, we've had a few little technical fangs here. I was going to play a lovely video for you, and I'll play it next week. For whatever reason, because it's showtime, no doubt. We've had a little glitch here. I was going to play you a video by Christopher Smith and a song called Mary and Joe. And I might see if at the end of the program I can tack that on. We'll see what happens. There have been a number of questions about why Monday nights, and because, as I'm sure our guest tonight, Ray Bonneville, will be able to tell you, Monday nights were always the hardest to book. So there's kind of a little needly joy in booking myself on a Monday night. And that's why. It's the only reason. Oh, housekeeping details, sorry. I'm sure there are quite a few newcomers here because you've come over from the Ray Bonneville camp. And he's terrific. I'm so looking forward to seeing him. So for those of you that this is your first time here, welcome. Nice to see you. Please do say hello. Maybe just tell us where you're webbing in from. And it's always interesting to see who's the farthest away. So we're looking for the faraway prize as well. Occasionally we get people from far-flung Isles of Langerhan and beyond. If you would, please, how did you hear of the show? This, of course, is busking. Donations are always welcome, but are not expected. They're always welcome. Ray and I will split whatever comes in. For all you PayPals and Venmothers, we're hoping... Did the picture go up on screen there, Ducky? We're flying blind here, folks. We can't see ourselves at all. Folks, would you give a hand? I just screwed it up by clicking the wrong button. Miss Valerie May, Mistress of the Machines. And we're kind of winging it here tonight, that's for sure. Did the little, in case it's not there, because we can't see it, in case it's not there, the PayPal is paypal.me/Stevie Coyle. That'd be myself. Or for you Venmofos, it's Mighty Fine Guitars. And with the donation of with any donation of $20, I will send you a copy of my CD. How about that? And whether or not that's showing up on screen remains to be seen as well. But Valerie's got it. Thank you, Ducky. She's the best. I'll send you a copy of mine, and Ray Bonneville has all kinds of albums that we'll get him to tell you about as well. Christmas is just around the corner. Don't disappoint the kiddies, as they say. And if you're not able to make any sort of financial donation, perhaps you'd consider sharing to your own timeline, or perhaps sharing with a like-minded friend or two. That'd be great. There's a little share button right down there, right up there. Blackie Farrell, we'll crank up the reverb here in just a second. First comment tonight, Blackie Farrell. We're going to get him on here one of these nights. Great songwriter. You know his stuff even though you don't know his stuff. Maybe you do. Miss Valerie is here to field your questions and comments, and she'll fire them over to me, and I'll do my best to make up something convincing. And that's all I have to say about that. I kind of skipped over the most important thing of all in the housekeeping details here. Please type in what you're streaming online, because that's terribly important. We're spending so much time indoors. We speak for ourselves. We're spending lots of time indoors, being not quite elderly, but elderly adjacent. We're spending a lot of time indoors and not going out to the markets. We feel like royalty, for God's sake. We have everything delivered to the door with just a few notable exceptions. I run down to the shop. Oh, and thanks for asking. Yes, I run a shop called Mighty Fine Guitars here in Lafayette, California. And that's where your webbing to is, Lafayette, California, just east of San Francisco, about due east 20 miles and slightly north of San Francisco.
Numbers are bringing us tonight's show.
Oh, the numbers that are bringing us tonight's show? Tonight's show is being brought to you as usual by the initials WTF and GOP, and a brand new sponsor just today. We'd like to welcome the magic number 270, which magically, all by itself, became 306. And especially by the year 1966, and the Gilbert Toy Company, and we'll hear from them in just a little bit. Thanks for asking. Good heavens. Where's my little footstool? I'm going almost pseudo-classical tonight, kids. There it is. If I can do this without pinching my fingers,
Bruce Victor says,
we'll be all set. Bruce says what?
do the Isles of Langerhans exist outside the Firesign Theater records?
I think they do. Aren't they inside your inner ear somewhere? The far-flung Isles of Langerhan, I think they do exist outside of Firesign Theater. Was that it? Is that where I heard of that? Boy, all this stuff swirling around in there. I don't remember where it all came from. Well, we're watching Dickensian. And you thank me later, thank me now. But one way or the other, you'll thank me. We watched it 4 years ago perhaps, and we watched it again the other several nights. We jammed along and crammed as much of it in as we could, sometimes 3 episodes a night. Dickensian, Dickens with an I-A-N on the end. Not that his name was Dickens-Ian. Charles Dickens. The plot is, and I'm not going to give anything away here by saying it's a mishmash of lots of the Dickens characters, all in the same neighborhood in London in the 1800s, and it's a murder mystery. Somebody murdered Marley, and they're trying to figure out who done it. The cast is fantastic. The production values are great. It's a really big budget production. Apparently all shot in an enormous soundstage, and we liked Dickensian, which started us off on a little, since Dickens was essentially the guy that invented Christmas. Sort of, you know what I mean. The modern version of it, modern. 1840, 1850. We kind of went on a little Dickens jag. We watched Oliver last night, which I hadn't seen since I was a little kid, and somehow I knew all of those songs. I must have learned them in grammar school. It must have been what the good nuns taught us. Sister Godzilla Maria was particularly insistent on us learning how to sing. Even if you don't sing good, she said, sing loud. And I think that was good advice. Well, yes, another question way in back there.
Blackie Farrell's in the house.
Blackie Farrell is in the house. He is indeed. You bet. Hey, Blackie, how are you? And Vicky, too. Vicky, you know what I'm missing this year? Are your peanut butter chocolate drops. Holy smokes, I'm jonesing hard. So if you've got something that you're streaming, by all means, let us know what you've been enjoying. If it's historical, if it involves fancy costumes, and perhaps the British Isles, so much the better, but we don't have to have that. We're watching lots of really violent stuff as well, so you don't have to worry about us. We're well-rounded. Well, the way I figure it, nothing says Christmas like the key of A minor. So, see what happens. Feel free to sing, I don't. Chinese Christmas. Guitarists will know what I'm talking about. I just couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand it. My molars were fracturing in my jaw. Maybe that's better. Sing, Muggsy, sing. Merry Christmas. Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it, love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll wait for that ovation to die down. There, it died down. Okay, very good. Well, with all this in mind, I have just about eaten up a half an hour with blather and a runaway medley. So here's our new sponsor for the night is the Gilbert Toy Company. Let's see what they have to tell us all the way from 1966.
And look what Gilbert has for young homemakers this year. A real grown-up mixing machine with 16 special dessert and party lunch recipes. You'll use things Mommy's sure to have right in the kitchen. And you can tell the right amounts by the color scale on your recipe. Now, mix. No electricity, no batteries. Pour into molds and pop into the refrigerator. And just listen to the raves you'll get after another triumphant dessert. And here is what we believe to be one of the hottest items to come through the air.
It's the wing thing!
It's the wing thing! It's the wing thing!
The Wing Thing, an exclusive patented genuine replica of the wing which will be used by astronauts in their re-entry from outer space. Takes off like a plane, climbs like an eagle. The motor cuts out. It soars, it dives. Control it yourself or fly it free flight. Watch for the Wing Thing. The Wing Thing. The Wing Thing. The Wing Thing from Gilbert. To you who have saddened judgment, Do you think we've entered the special, the private, the secret world of children? We at Gilbert are sure we have.
Well, how about that? Do you know what? I was looking around for commercials for Christmas toys from the 60s, and I was hard-pressed to find anything except guns and army stuff. And I remember that, but I had a wing thing. I don't remember using it that much, but boy, did I ever want it. Ain't that the way? Folks, the moment you've all been waiting for and that I've been waiting for too. You know, I met Ray Bonneville a long time ago. We'll talk about that. And we haven't really talked that much for several years since I came off the road. Ray's been on the road until, like 10 months ago, 9 months ago. And so we've pointedly not spoken about anything in the meantime. We've kind of zipped our lips and just so we save it all for you folks getting to hear it live and direct. So, Ducky, let's give it a try here and see if we can get Ray Bonneville out into the... Ray, you can probably tell us better than anybody else. Are you online?
I am.
Are you? Okay, good.
I am online. Can you?
Have we got a split screen and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do. Okay, good. How about that? Boy, oh boy. It's so half the stuff is working. Great. Ray, it's great to see you.
It's good to see you, Stevie.
Man, oh man.
And you crack me up as usual.
Oh man, well, it just falls out that way. I don't know. Ray, I remember when I first met you, and this is for their information more than yours, because it was a memorable meeting. We were both playing. I was playing with the Waybacks, and you were playing solo at was it Wings and Strings in Florida?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was Wings and Strings, and it was a beautiful festival with all kinds of airplanes out on the field, and it was one of those great camping festivals where there's usually as much talent out in the campgrounds as there is on stage. And we had done our set, and you were on, and we were going to dash out. Somebody we knew was out in the campgrounds, and we wanted to go hear them play, and it was like the Pied Piper. We were strolling over to the campgrounds, all of us, and we, as one, looked at each other and said, "Who is making that sound?" And we turned around, we spun on our heels and came back, and it was one guy on stage, just a one-man band in the good sense of the term, in the very best sense of the term, and that was you, Ray. And we saw you lots and lots after that, usually I think either on stage or at a Cracker Barrel somewhere. Don't you think?
Yeah.
At
I remember that. What was your bass player's name?
Joe. Oh, Joe. That's right. Oh, yeah, Joe had a tiny mishap.
Joe ate a brownie and he went under a tree, and we didn't see him for like 6 weeks.
That's right. That's right. Did we sub in a bass player for that next set? I can't recall. But poor Joe.
I think you had him, but
The brownie got him just in time. I think he leapt up on stage, probably from in back of the stage where he'd been. Oh golly, that's right. I'd almost forgotten that. Wowee.
yeah.
And then we'd if we didn't see you at at a festival, because some of the festivals we did were real big, you just didn't run across each other. We'd usually meet up at Cracker Barrel at that one big round table where all the bands would sit. Usually as you go, and they're all the same except for one. Did you ever go into the right-handed one? There's a right-handed Cracker Barrel where you turn right to go into the dining room instead of left.
Well, I don't go to those much except back in those days. I think we did meet a couple times in Cracker Barrels. I've never been the one that goes to the right.
Yeah, there was one somewhere, and I can't remember where, but it was usually to the left, and it was that first table on the right, the big round table for the big family style thing, and just different festival people would kind of jump in there and spell each other as they moved through.
Yeah.
Well, where were you before your tour was so rudely interrupted?
Well, I was in Canada I had 12 shows lined up in early March. And I played one show in Lethbridge, if I recall correctly. And then I started getting phone calls, and they all went down. Yeah. So, but I'm in Austin, and I was up there with Richie Lawrence, who's from Sacramento.
Yeah, your keyboard guy.
And he was playing piano with me and accordion, and we've been doing a lot of shows together. and we went up there to do those, and that was it.
Jeepers, jeepers. And I guess there's no telling when we'll be able to get back to it. So this is kind of, one of the things that it is in the meantime. It's all this online
I
stuff.
I think we can't even hope for it until possibly the fall of 21, but I
Yeah.
even doubt that.
Yeah, yeah. And old dudes like myself, I speak for myself, Ray, have to be especially careful.
Well, I think you are my junior, are you not?
I do not think so. I am 64 American years
Oh,
old.
I think so.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, you're much younger than me.
Oh, for crying out loud! You wear better than I do, though. I would have guessed you were several years younger than I am. How about that?
No, I'm a lot older than you.
Crikey, really? I'm thunderstruck.
Yeah, crikey.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Well, because there's that video of those guys from Denmark who play that song. The guy shows up with a raccoon hat and he's driving his lawnmower to the gig. And he shows up and he's got an accordion and they go into this Thunderstruck song and it's unbelievable.
I don't know it. You'll have to send me the link.
Oh, it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. Really amazing.
Ray, can we stop the show for a second while I show that? Well, enough nattering. My God, with your fans, and that includes me. Oh wait, would you play us something good, man?
Well, like you said, the minor key for Christmas is the best because it's so cheerful. So I'm going to sing a song called Mile Marker 41, in which a crime takes place out on mile marker 41. You've been out there, Stevie. I've seen you out there.
I barely made it back from
and
there.
you know what it's like. You know what it's like.
I know what it's like. Oh man.
When I saw you there, I didn't think you would come back.
But yet here I am, defying the odds.
Can you hear me all right?
Oh yeah.
Meet me when the sun's gone, mile marker 41. Cut the motor, coasting. And if I don't feel right, try again tomorrow night. I'll be waiting. Mile marker 41. Still one thing left undone. By a long cypress tree in a shallow weeds, laying in the silt. It's gonna be hard to see. We'll have to go by feel in the darkness. Mile marker 41. Still one thing left undone. I checked the paper this morning. 3 days, still nothing. Some kind of game is being played. Somebody's eyes on me. I felt them on the street. burning. Mile marker 41. Still one thing left undone. One thing to be done.
Oh, yeah, Ray. Terrific.
Thank you, Stevie. Did you hear that I had the wrong harmonica in my rack?
I did not. Would you like to borrow my
Oh,
glasses,
good.
Ray?
Well, yeah,
There's
I had
little
the
tiny
wrong one in
letters
there.
on there. Yeah. No, I didn't notice that at all. I'm not sure I would have, but
Okay,
golly.
well, I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
Gullible's Travels. Oh man, lovely stuff. I wish I knew which song it was that you played that just captured a whole meadow full of people. That because it was one of those electric moments. It was one of those warm Florida nights, and
Yeah.
it was just magical, man.
It was, they moved, right? They became a river hawk.
Riverhawk, yeah, and they
Yeah, they were, and when we were there, Fred Eaglesmith was there with Willie P. Bennett,
oh, Willie P, God rest him.
and
Yeah.
we Willie P. and he's was one of my favorite Canadian, probably my favorite Canadian songwriter and player.
Wow,
And a
right.
very funny guy. And
Yeah.
he's gone now, of course, but I remember at a festival. It was in the morning, and I was going to my first workshop, and I saw Willie P. and he said, "Hi, Ray." He goes, "You have a piece of sleep on your face." Like a little, a little yellow something from
Yeah,
my
yeah,
eye or
one of them
something.
little things, right?
A piece of sleep.
Piece of sleep. That's a songwriter
Anyway,
right there.
I thought it was hilarious.
Poetry
Yeah.
even. Yeah. Fred Eaglesmith came through Bucolic, Lafayette, and played a little house concert here last summer or so.
Yeah,
And he was just terrific.
Yeah.
I'd never seen him in a small venue. We played with him in Canmore, the Canmore Festival.
Canmore. Yeah,
Canmore. And I remember him
Yeah.
complaining bitterly. We were doing one of those things, you Canadians call them workshops. But he complained bitterly. He said, "Workshop bullshit. It's just another gig they don't pay you for." But
yeah,
he did the workshop.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, Ray, looks like we have a question for you. Hang tough. Incoming.
If Ray's
Okay.
accepting request, Arden Eden would like to hear Canary Yellow Cat.
Do you know if you're accepting requests, Ray? There's a Canary Yellow Car.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Arden would like to hear that. You know Arden from Santa Cruz radio days.
I do.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, K-Pig.
K-Pig, that's right. Name of the game.
Sure.
All right, great. Thanks a lot.
So this is for you, Arden. And Arden, I hope you're doing well. And I haven't seen you in quite a spell, but I'll look forward to the next time that we do. And imagine that'll be either in Santa Cruz or in Watson. This song about a guy who he wanders a lot, and this woman is talking to him about it, and he can't make up his mind if he'd rather be, out gallivanting or home with his sweetheart. But it goes like this. Been days gone by since you pulled out the drive without a word at all. When the world you go, I'd sure like to know in your canary yellow car. I went up Highway 9, cruising for a while. I passed by an old freight yard. I heard a whistle blow from a locomotive coming in from far. But I didn't know where you was. I thought maybe you got lost. I had no way to call. Somebody saw you last upon the overpass. Tail lights in the dark and you canary yellow car. I must have drove all night. I cut the lights on bright. White lines over tar. The way my motor run, I never had to worry none in my canary yellow car. She said, baby, it's all right. You have yourself a time on the way you are. But honey, you should know you can't compare a home to a canary yellow car. Because I didn't know where you was. I thought maybe you got lost. I had no way to call. Somebody saw you last up on the overpass. Tail lights in the dark in your canary yellow car. Canary yellow car. Where you been, baby? Well, I was
Oh, yeah. That's great. I'm clapping for Arden as well. And all the rest of the folks tuned in here. We got a
Okay.
few folks online here. We sure do.
We do, huh?
Yep, indeed. We're going to be rich, Ray.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
We're going to be rich.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm touting mercilessly the PayPal and Venmo link. And there it is.
Yeah.
Just paypal.me/Stevie Coyle or Venmo, Mighty Fine Guitars, either way. And with the donation of 20 American dollars, I will send you a CD of my album. And Ray, tell us about your CDs. You've got a raft of them, and each one is better than the other ones, as I recall.
Well, well, I have 9 CDs, and they're available at raybonneville.com and CD Baby. And yeah, they're out there. They're on Amazon, they're on Apple, they're everywhere.
Yeah, all those places. How did they get there? Did you find yourself on all kinds of services you didn't even know how you got there? I've had that
No,
experience.
I think CD Baby put me on there.
That was it. Then
Put me
there.
on all the platforms.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Are you getting like $3 checks every once in a while? I am. I speak for myself again. I'm getting a very occasional.
I'm
once a
getting
year.
substantially more, like, more than that, Stevie. I'm getting like twice that.
Oh, criminy sakes, man. Cut him off. We got to go, folks. It's been great. Thanks for joining us here. Ray, we had another request.
Yeah.
Bruce Victor would like to hear
what's that?
what Katie did, if that's still on your playlist.
Okay, who wants to hear that?
My pal Bruce Victor.
Oh, hey, Bruce. Yeah, I could do that.
That'd be cool. Oh, that's on the other guitar and the other tuning. Is that it?
Yeah.
I get you. All right. And Ray, for the guitar
Well, there's
nerds out
two other
there.
tunings, and there's 2 other tunings that are 2 or 3 other tunings I use, but it just happens that I tuned to this. I tuned to this one just because I don't even know why. I must have known. I must have felt Bruce, through the the thing, you know.
The thing. The ting, as they
Yeah.
say in Ireland. You bet. The ting. Yeah.
The thing.
The ting. That's right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, what would you do for us guitar nerds out here? Would you tell us briefly about your guitars and your tunings?
Well, this tuning here is a D tuning with an E on top. So it goes D A D A D E.
Wow.
So it gives it that E is kind of dissonant, which I like a lot. And I just found it and liked it, and I wrote several songs on it.
Cool, cool. All right. And what are those guitars you're playing
So-
there?
Huh?
What are those guitars
Well,
you're playing there?
these are melody makers from the early '60s that I had my way with as far as putting P90s in them.
I see, I see. Yeah, yeah. They look great. It's a good-looking guitar.
Well, they're good for getting on airplanes because they're very small and skinny.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have I have my own method of getting these things on airplanes.
Are you willing to
Which
divulge?
I can't. Well, I can't because what if they're watching?
I suppose there's that. Yeah, yeah. They're
You know,
not
because
watching.
it's pretty likely that airline people would be watching this show, isn't it?
Oh, you just never know who's on here. Sometimes afterwards, I get notes from all kinds of people I had no idea were there.
Yeah. Yeah. One guy, if I recall correctly, sent you what you thought was way too much money, but he just bought a guitar.
He did. He said that was very mysterious. Yeah, I very cleverly decided to sell some logo T-shirts last year, and I put them up on the website. And after one of these Monday things, I got a note from PayPal saying, somebody just sent you $5,000. I thought, oh man, somebody was trying to send me $5, and his finger got stuck on the zero. And I emailed him and said, no, I bought a guitar off your website. When I put up the T-shirts, I didn't realize I had opened up the whole website to sales, but that was happy times.
Yeah. Anyway, here's that song.
Absolutely.
A low moon was crawling slow out across the window. I hung up the phone, shook my head, trying to make sense of it. Something about it was all wrong, it kept me up a long time. I tried to understand it, but I came up empty. What Kitty did, can you keep it to yourself? If I tell you what Kitty did, what Kitty did, can you keep it hid if I tell you what Kitty did? I gotta fix my capo real quick, I mean real quick. Headlights came around the bend, caught her out there walking. She had something in her hand, it was glittering. Her head down looked like she was lost, had no place to go. She might not have been thinking straight is all I can say. What Kitty did, can you keep it to yourself? I'll tell you what Kitty did. What Kitty did, can you keep it here? I'll tell you what Kitty did. by, he said it wasn't true. It's a lie, there's no proof. A made up story, you're a fool to buy, is what he told me. Look at me in the eye. All right then, maybe you could help me. Something I want you to tell me. Her shoes were muddy and there been no rain. What do you say to that, my friend? What Kitty did, or can you keep it to yourself? If I tell you what Kitty did, what Kitty did, can you keep that head? If I tell you what Kitty did. Have you ever woke up from a dream? Sweat all over your skin. You make coffee strong and black, thinking the dream's never coming back. And if fate was wrote on a page somewhere, who'd ever know there'd been a change out there? The night was dark and the moon low, like I told you before. What Kitty did, can you keep it to yourself? If I tell you what she did, if I tell you what Kitty did.
Damn. That is so good. Oh, Ray.
Thank you, Stevie.
Sheepers.
That's for you, Bruce.
Lordy. We have another tech nerd question. Taya Gherkin would like to know what kind of slide you're using. Because it sounds so good.
It's a copper slide, or a brass rather, and it's got a slight curve to it, and
Don't we all?
that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Very good. And we have a request for Crow John.
Okay.
If that's
And
on the list.
who's that from?
That is from, I think it's a woman named Lucy Senstad.
Oh, Lucy.
And she says...
You know, Lucy is a wonderful gal, and she and her husband Mopar had
Mopar. Yes, you mentioned him.
Had this quilt shop up west of Minneapolis, about an hour, and Avon. And on one night a month, they would take the big quilting table and they put it on some cement blocks, and it became a stage. And well, they had wonderful shows in there. And I played it. I played the first one and the last one, and I played 13 times there.
Oh, crammity sakes, that's great. Those return visits, aren't they great?
Yeah, they're really great.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, Lucy and Mopar wanted
Crow John?
Crow John is the one they wanted to hear, yeah.
Okay.
This is great.
Shadows on a road across the silver tracks. A murder of crows along a desolate flat. On their feathers, the blood of Crow John. One of their brothers, something gone wrong. Crow John, what you done? What you done? What you done, Crow John? Desperate echoes through the rising fog. A murder of crows, vigilante long. Or did they get you stranded? Nowhere to hide. cries on answer till the end of time. Crow John, what you done? Oh, what you done? What you done, Crow John? Into the coming storm they raggedly fly, a dozen or more against a darkening sky. A murder of jokers with laughing eyes. Yeah, they killed Crow John, nobody knows why. Crow John, what you done? What you done? What you done, Crow John? What you done? What you done, Crow John?
Yeah, Ray. There were a lot of requests for that one. There really were. That's great. So glad you did that one. And
Good.
Lucy says it was a wonderful, wonderful event. She says she remembers especially your concert the night before Easter one year. You just tore the place up. I don't know what got into you or what you got into or what got into you, but you loosened a few bricks in that building that night. That's what Lucy Mopar had to say.
Well, they're great folks, and I miss them dearly.
Yeah, I know. There's all kinds of.
Ask Lucy if she would fix my quilt again, please.
You gotta cut your toenails, Ray. You can't keep ripping up the quilt, you know.
Yeah, it's the toenails.
It's the
Yeah.
toenails, man. I'm sure she heard, and I'm sure she'll respond. There was another question. It was.
Does he still sell stuff on vinyl?
Oh, do you still sell stuff on vinyl? Do you still have vinyl for sale?
I have never had vinyl.
Oh, there you go. Right.
I mean, I would like to, but how do you travel with vinyl?
I know, exactly right. Yep. Yep. I really wanted to do, I was just a little too early to do the vinyl thing because, I wanted to do this whole kind of concept thing with lots of pictures and stuff because there was nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like listening to a record and having to get up in the middle to turn it over and looking at the album cover in the meantime that was big enough to actually see stuff on. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there we were, little too late. Sorry for the top of my head here. This is just looking at notes and stuff. A lot of people really digging it. Madison, Wisconsin is watching. Funny About Love. Leo Albertoni would like to hear that. Is that...
Okay, I'll play that.
And we have another...
This
Go ahead,
this
Ray.
is great because so far the folks have made up my set list, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. We're not cutting them in on the tips, though. Speaking of the tip jar, yes, all tips are split. There was some question about that. Whatever gets contributed here, all of it will be split equitably. Ray and I'll thumb wrestle for who gets the extra penny, if there is one. And we had a request for Big Easy as well, and that's probably going to close it out for requests tonight. But those are the last two there. Oh, this is great. This is like the Ray Bonneville jukebox, boy. This is fantastic.
I'm having a great time, Stevie. Thanks for inviting me on your program because A, I hadn't seen you in a long time,
Long times.
and B, I love you, man.
Love you too, Ray. I tell you what, it was just all that Florida stuff just carried through over the years and years and years, and it's always a pleasure to see you. And thank you
Yeah.
to Evangeline Elston as well for
Yes,
publicizing the
absolutely.
show. She got the word out
Yeah.
for you, and
Yes, she did. And she is a great lady. She is a wonderful photographer, and she's a very creative and wonderful, dear friend.
she's a great gal, you bet. She whipped up
Yeah.
a beautiful little poster kind of thing for us that I've been circulating the past day or two that just kind of it came out of nowhere, and it's beautiful, and sent that around. I'm
Yeah.
sure that
Well,
got a
that's what
few
I mean.
folks.
She's very creative.
Indeed. Takes pictures of shadows. I remember her shadows pictures on Facebook.
Long Shadow Trail.
Long Shadow Trail. There it is. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Ah, great stuff. Well, I'm holding you up,
Uh,
Ray.
no, you're not.
Oh, all right.
Um, so, Funny About Love.
Funny About Love was one of the requests.
I knew her long ago, out on the edge of broken time. I could see clear into her soul, through her dark colored eyes. We used to laugh together at the strangeness of it all. Her laughter light as a feather, I can still hear it now. Ain't it funny about love? Ain't it funny about love? Funny about love. Mama used to say to me, look after my little girl. She's delicate as you can see, and it's such a fast and cruel world. But the years fell and the cars fell, we each went our own way. Oh, but I could always still see her through the mist on a dreamy day. Ain't it funny about love? Ain't it funny about love? Funny about love. Years went by like days in a week. Lines began to show on my face. And one day on a small city street, I saw her walking out of some place. We stood there like time was nothing at all, our eyes talking. A fine rain had begun to fall. We both started laughing. Ain't it funny about love? Ain't it funny about love? Funny about love. Ain't it funny about love?
Yeah. Thank you, Ray. Great stuff. You got all kinds of hellos here. People
Thank
want to
you.
say hello to you. Mary Flower wants to say hello to you. Barbara Ann.
Hi, Mary. Who?
Barbara Ann. I wonder if it's the Barbara Ann, but it's a Barbara Ann from
Oh,
British
Barbara
Columbia,
Ann.
from Prince George,
Yeah.
BC.
Hi, Barbara Ann.
And Lucy says, send the quilt up. Don't send the toenails, but send the quilt up, and she'll get you all set up.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we got film enough and tape enough for just about one more. Will you hit us with Big Easy, maybe?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Folks, this is if you're just tuning in and you
Well,
don't know who this is Ray Bonneville, and he's one of my guests on the Monday night thing. Next week, let me mention this very briefly, is Joe Craven. Week after that is Mary Flower, who we were just talking about, and
oh, great.
yeah, Mary's going to be on in a couple of weeks. It's great. Joe Craven next week, and
Yeah,
my
folks,
pal Doug
don't
Adams is
miss
going to be on.
Mary. Mary is wonderful.
Isn't she great? Yeah,
Yeah.
terrific. All right, Ray, it's all yours.
Okay, The Big Easy is a song I wrote for the people of New Orleans after the storm. It had been left on its own by the government, and uh, New Orleans is a big influence in my life. I lived there for 7 years in the 80s, and I learned how to take my time there. And I learned some other things there too. And I thought the city would like to speak to the world about itself, so I gave it a voice in this song. And it goes like this. I was born on the edge of the big muddy flow. My daddy was French, my mother Creole. I'm slow, I'm heavy underneath the sun. I'm more than willing when the night time comes. I'm a well-known street, a marching drum. I'm a dancer, a preacher, a sophisticated bum. I'm a wild chapatula, a dice rolling judge. I'm a pocket foolie into a late night club. I'm the Big Easy. I've been hit by a stone, brought to my knees. Have mercy, Lord. I got soul, I got heart, all alone. I'm coming out of the dark. I am the Big Easy. I'm a crawfish boil, a funeral parade. I'm a little boy listening to the music play. I'm an old man dancing to the second line beat. I'm a young girl trying to catch Mardi Gras beats. I'm a shotgun house, an uptown streetcar, a big wheel steamer by a full loaded barge. I'm a blues band, a politician, I'm a shoe shine man. I'm a famous musician. I'm the Big Easy. I've been hit by a storm, brought to my knees. Have mercy, Lord. I got soul, I got heart, all alone. I'm coming out of the dark. I am the Big Easy. When my levees broke and the water came in, I heard a lot of folks call it the end.
You'd be mistaken if you thought me done. I'm the Big Easy, I'm the only one. All of my children and all their kin, they go on living like they always been. No matter what happens, don't you call me out. They call me New Orleans, I'm the heart of the South. I'm the Big Easy, I've been hit by a storm, brought to my knees, have mercy, Lord. I got soul, I got heart, all alone, I'm coming out of the dark. I am the Big Easy. I am the Big Easy.
Holy smokes. Thank you, Ray. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Have you got anything else scheduled for if you got nothing scheduled in the next little while?
Yes,
Oh,
I have my own show on the day after Christmas, on the 26th, on Facebook Live, produced by Evangeline Presents, Evangeline Elston again. And so it's going to be the day after Christmas.
St. Stephen's Day, but who's counting? Certainly not me. Boxing
I
Day.
missed what you said, but I know it was funny.
Oh, St. Stephen's Day, 26th is St. Stephen's Day. Every doggone year.
St. Stephen's Day,
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was Saint Blackie Farrell Day.
Yeah, that's every other day. He gets every other day. I get one day, you know.
Hey, Blackie, how are you, man?
There's Blackie. He's great. He's great.
Yeah.
Well, all kinds of people are waving hi at you, and there's all kinds of little clap icons going on. Folks had a great time here, Ray. I really appreciate you consenting to do this little experimental thing with me. So far, it's working out pretty good. We've had you.
Yeah,
We
it was
had
wonderful, Stevie.
Walter Strauss. We had Bill
Kirchen?
yes. And I was trying to think of who the second one is. Boy, it's the mind is going, Ray. It's just going fast. We had Teresa Tuduri, for God's sake. Speaking of New Orleans.
Oh, cool.
And now we got you. This is great. You're all my first calls, and sure enough, there you are. So thanks for joining in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Man.
That's Ray Bonneville, and tune him in on the 26th on Facebook Live. Would that be on your page or on the Evangeline Elston page?
It'd be on my music page.
All right, Ray Bonneville Music. Terrific. Down the road, Ray. I'll catch up with you quick.
Bye, Stevie.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, how about that? That was Ray Bonneville with a little preview, just like a little 4-song set, a little setlet as a preview for the big show on December 26th on Ray Bonneville Music Facebook page, another Facebook Live. He's one of my faves and always has been. He's played at my shop a couple of times with Richie. Excuse me. His keyboard guy. And it's always a kick in the pants to see him, even remotely from Austin. He tuned in all the way from Austin. So just one more time, Ducky, can we tell them all about the? Thank you very much. She reads me like a book. Here's the PayPal info and the Venmo info. PayPal.me/Stevie Coyle or Venmo. Mighty Fine Guitars. Ray and I will split the entire take. We'll cut up the takings, and Ray's got CDs. For any contribution of $20, I will send you. We'll work this out after the fact. I will send you a copy of my CD, which is punch that button over there on the right in the middle row. There it is, 10 in 1. That's my album right there, and I'll gladly send you a copy of that for a donation of $20 to the Stevie Coyle and Ray Bonneville Widows and Orphans Fund. So. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Next week, now you'll see here if you watch the closing, you'll see that I very cleverly misidentified our next performer. The next week is Joe Craven. Joe Craven's going to join me online here. The week after that is Mary Flower, even though in the closing here, you'll see that I very cleverly posted her as next Monday's very special guest. It's not true. It's Joe Craven. So, with all that in mind, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in again next Monday night, any Monday night, and feel free to spread the word. You can share this even after the fact. You can share this video with your friends and family, and I'll hope to see you down the road. All right, then. Night, everybody.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
Make love with a guitar if you should meet her, sweet senorita. Romance with a guitar, and when you find her, the strings will bind her. Make love with a guitar, always the right time, daylight or night time. Ah, she'll not withstand it, and as I planned it, she'll say, I love you. On my guitar, I strike a chord like this, it always brings a kiss. I never miss. Speaking of love, you can go very far, no matter who you are, if you play a guitar, if you play a guitar. I always get a kiss, I never miss. You can go very far, no matter who you are, if you play a guitar. Make love with a guitar, always the right time, daylight or night time. Oh, she'll not withstand it, and as I planned it, she'll say,